go through the peg challenge that we have as the last piece. So this is going to go fairly quickly as it is a challenge, but I'll talk you through how I would solve this one. So having a look at it, knowing a peg, it's going to be three different parts that we have here. So we've got the first component, second component, which are both a mirror image of each other. So that's something to remember. It's going to make our life easier. And then a dowel in the middle. So having a look at most of the detail is going to be on this top face here. The width, there's a little bit of a little cutout around the edge here, but we're not going to worry about that one too much. We're going to get the main detail done first. So the dimensions I'm focusing on right now is I can see half of it is 19 and 135 long. So that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start building one of those sides. So I'm going to start by making a sketch. I'm going to start on the top and I'm going to start with a rectangle. So my shortcut R in that sketch. From there, I'm going to come up and I said it was 135. Does that sound right? Yeah. And tab across 19. So there's my first edge there. If I have a look, I've got 10 in for each of those. So I'm going to go from the outside here. So I've got, not from the center. So notice when I hovered over the middle, it went to there. I don't want that. But I do need, I'm going to go dimension. That wants to be 10 from there and 10 from there. Okay, so that looks good. Then up I have that little line going in. So 35 up and 10 deep. So again, I've got a line going up and I've got dimension 35 from there. I have that one to that one is 10. Now it doesn't actually give us the step in anywhere on this, but I'm working on that being about 3 millimeters. So I'm going to drop that one on as 3. So then there's my next piece. The next thing I need to find is 10 in, and the center of that circle is 75 up. So I'm going to drop a circle up here on that line. I should have done the dimensions while I had it there. So he's 10, and dimension from there to there is 75. So that's there, and I know I have a line from that point up here, and the dimension from that edge to there is 10. But I probably have done that on the wrong side. So I'm going to undo those two bits. And I'm going to try that again because I need that on the inside piece. So that one wants to be 10, 75 down. And I've done that piece on the wrong side as well, haven't I? So let's undo that. It's always fun trying to read these, isn't it? So my line, let's try that again. So 10 and 10 from that edge. So now I have that piece there, I need my circle there, and now I need my line from there to there with a dimension of 10. So now that gives me the main piece. If I have a look how tall it is, it's 42. So I'm going to extrude that. So the E is my shortcut there, choosing that part, and I'm going to go up 42. So now that's ready. Before I go on to building the next pieces, I can see I've got a body. I'm going to create him and make it a component, which I probably should have done at the beginning. So anytime we've got to do joints with movements or want to fix things, we need to use a component. So I'm going to create a component from the body. So he's now gone down there, but notice I've got the dot up here. I want to go into my component and I want to make the edits from there. So I need to add those two little cutouts on the side. So I'm going to do a sketch on that face there. So you go back to the right, I'm going to add a sketch and we're going to go on that face there. And so I'm going to have a rectangle there, but I am actually going to use so X is the shortcut for the construction, and I can get that. If those aren't showing up, it probably means that you need to turn the snap on or something to that effect, but it should find that. So the reason I did that is I'm just going to mirror that down to the bottom, but I could even do that next. I'll actually do that as a mirroring of the feature instead of in the sketch. So I've got that. I'm going to go E again, select that piece. Now if I pull that through by default, it's going to go cut. I can choose the distance. What's better is actually go through all, so it doesn't matter what size it is. I've chosen the object, there's only one object to cut. I'm going to get OK. So I've got that side done. And now I'm going to mirror. I wonder if that's going to let me mirror that to the other side without a plane in the middle. So let's see if it's going to let me mirror that. Not body, I want a feature. So it's going to let me mirror that. And I would need my plane for it to mirror. So no, that's not going to work for me. So let's go back into that sketch and mirror him in there. It's always fun testing and seeing how, if something that I'm trying to do is going to work. Mirror line there and OK. So now I'm going to finish that. If I go back into that edit feature, I can now choose both of those, and that's now extruded through. So I have my piece ready to go. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to mirror him. So that component is my peg body. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Control C or Command C and paste. I want to go copy and then paste. Where's that gone? Create new. Oh, I need to be out of that component. Let's go back into the main components. And now I can paste that again. So I'm going to move him across. Notice I've got these handles, so I'm going to rotate that. So it's pretty much in the right spot. And that's good to go. So next I need to add in my next component. So I'm going to go Create. New component this time. And Standard, and I'm going to call this the dowel. I'm pretty sure that's not spelled correctly, but that's okay. So now I'm going to create a sketch on that face, and we know that that was 9.5 was what it needed to be. So now I have that circle. I'm going to extrude that out, my 42, and now I've got that. Now the benefit of doing them this way is I can actually ground something. So now he can't move. I can move the other pieces around. Awesome, but he's fixed. So what I want to do now is I want to pivot those around the dowel. So over here, I'm going to go back into my main one, so they're all there. A symbol is going to be a joint. So now what I'm going to choose is that one with that one. So that now gives me the option of the motion. So that's fixed at the moment. If I choose motion, I'm going to move it from rigid to revolute. And you can see at the moment it can spin all the way around. I don't want that. I want minimum to be 0 and let's say maximum about 7 degrees. So it opens a little bit and I'm going to go OK on that. Now if I right click, I should be able to repeat that joint again. I've chosen that one. I want them on the same thing. And I'm going to choose that same. I probably have to go -7 this time though. So now if I preview that, they should both, is he going to move the way I want? So he goes that way. And I need to fix that one. So back down here you can see I can edit that joint. And I want to be able to, if I go 7 that way, 5, that goes to 0. If I preview that, that's the way I want it to go. So now I have my peg. The last thing I want to do is fix the material that I need. So it's saying it's white oak in this case. So I'm going to go to my physical material, down to my wood, and where's my oak? White oak, drop it onto that one. They see both of those components changes, and then I'm going to go to that one too. So now when I want to check that, let's see if I got it right. I'm going to go onto my, I need to close that, sorry, not just minimize, so close that. And if I choose the properties, and I can select all of them, and see 65.25 for one side, and the dowel 2.14. So within 0.2 of a gram is what we're looking for. Well done.